Like, oh my goodness.
I'll look for that video for you.
It must have cried really hard enough to get your attention, I must say.
Where people said so that's the problem. Nowadays, we don't even know what is real or content anymore. There's this guy too that refused to kneel to his babe when he was proposing to her. Some people are saying, yeah, it's content. Guys can call his mother. The mother blasted him. We don't know which one is content anymore. We don't know which one is AI.
People are chasing clout. People are doing things for the numbers.
Bro.
People are doing things for the pay that comes with it.
Since Elon Musk. Since he monetized that app.
Since everything became monetized, from your TikTok to your Instagram to your Facebook, people are just all about the numbers and views and all of that.
It's sad. It's sad because now we don't even know who is we anymore. We don't know content creator. We don't know cloud chaser. We don't know who is the real broadcaster.
You might go on with that story, and 2 seconds later, you find out that he was actually putting up for the numbers and for the views. Because if a guy tells you he went for a house party and then he was sodomized, that's enough to get some people talking.
Yeah.
It just could easily be made up at the end of the day.
I mean, we are in a generation where people fake their death.
Exactly.
You think that is something that is bizarre.
You get it.
But now it's increasingly becoming rampant. People fake their death.
Indeed.
On live stream. They came to kidnap you. Is a lie. It's not a lie.
We're talking Pella here?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Till now, I didn't even know the truth of the matter. I never bothered whether I was really kidnapped on live stream or not. And we say,
even the police got into it, and I saw a pocket of statement at one point. I just knew there was more. I just felt like it was, one of those stunts he puts up.
And I just really fear for a general event like general election, like in 2027. I fear because the manner at which propagandas fly these days is very easy now.
These days, like propaganda just started 2 seconds
No,
back.
That's not what I meant. What I mean is, it's becoming increasingly easy than before. Right now, fake news can easily be spread.
Why are you sounding so like Muhammad?
What?
It's been a long time I heard anybody throwing fake news in our faces since the former Minister of Information.
Where is he, by the way?
It was his personal campaign. I felt like it was his personal mantra. He wakes up in the morning and the minute he does his prayers, he's a Muslim, right? Next thing is fake news in Nigeria. Should we regulate social media?
He tried.
Or do we,
the Cybercrime Act gained relevance and prominence during his time as the Minister of Information. So the man tried. Even though, many people...
He gave it his best shot. I felt like he wanted an approach of, legislating on this, which Nigerians felt like, hold up. If we give government an inch, they'll get a yard.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, they tried from the social media bill, they tried from the aspect of the cyber security bill and all of that. I just felt like, just let's regulate this space. I remember we kept having tons of conversation. Civil society organization, paid for airtime to have conversation with Nigerians as to looking at the pros and the cons, the pros and the cons of having this legislated on by the government, to saying, what if that civic space is constricted so much that you do not even have the liberty to criticize government constructively?
Yeah, rightly so. Because,
or not.
Because this...
we have a governor who is saying, give me your sermon. I mean, take an inch. Don't enter there. Gradually, you have people who say you can't write this way, you can't put it up. Why do you think Nepal is in hot water at this moment? It is that government trying to say, okay, we would want to control this space. Oh, Gen Z, you people are putting too much information, too much of this out there. You don't like the government, you're talking too loud, and we don't want that. And then 1 minute is, okay, we're going to ban social media, and then you get the uprising, the protest. Security guys come out being overzealous, shot one or two of them, and before you know it, everything snowballed, went out of control, where you had more young people hitting the street like, how dare you kill us for saying that you are being high-handed. And today, the Prime Minister is forced out of office. They burned their parliament, they burned their Supreme Court, they burned homes of even people who they just feel like you're rich, you're corrupt. And stuff like that.
And looted several businesses.
Boy. It is going to take a while for the country to recover itself and recalibrate properly. So sometimes, when you want to come up with some of these things, we're just lucky in Nigeria. Our elastic limit stretches to a point where, we don't snap. I don't think we're capable of snapping.
Fantastic Four? Of course you do. There's Stretchy. Are you stretching now?
Fantastic Four, the animation?
Yeah, the animation. Even the movie.
No.
I don't know. I'm not good at
I know there's a Fantastic Four. I don't know if I've seen it.
Or is it the Indomitables? There's Stretchy. So in a nutshell, who will they stretch?
There's one that's stretch. Or the Incredibles.
No, is the
Incredible. The
Indomitables.
mother is Elastic Girl. She just keeps stretching.
There's that
Elastic
one
Girl.
too. Well, you get the illustration
I
with the
get it.
stretch.
No, we don't have a breaking point. I think it's one of our strengths.
We don't. No,
Just
we
keep
don't.
stretching.
The amount of things. Somebody saw the amount of money that has been looted. Said the way this country has been looted, in another country, there was no food by now.
But you know also that Nigerians, somebody can just wake up in the morning. Jesus, they've looted. No proof. You just believe it that every night you sleep and wake up, somebody has stolen this country's land.
Because every night we sleep and wake up, somebody is stealing.
Why would you now hold that belief that they are perpetually stealing if it's not that it's a DNA thing that you can feel it telepathically?
Kim,
that something
perpetually they are stealing. Every minute.
Who are they?
If you go to the oil production...
So I bet you exclude yourself
upstream.
and your cousins. It's they, them.
It's them now.
You see.
I'm not.
We're all not thieves.
Am I working in the oil and gas sector? I'm not now.
Oh, it's only in the oil and gas sector.
It's not just in the oil and gas. That's just one example out of many. There are many other examples. Every passing, every breathing second,
Nigerians,
somebody is stealing somewhere.
I feel like we need therapy. We need to go easy on ourselves.
We do. Me now, I'm scared.
I was talking with a friend, and then he just kept feeling like they've stolen this country. But I said, "Oh, Benny, where proof? This country is done for. They have stolen. Who be the day? Call their name. Let's name and shame."
You're being patriotic, Kim.
It's not patriotism.
Okay.
I am just saying that we've been wired and programmed to automatically believe that there is so much corruption. People in the corridors of power are thieves. That anyone who affiliate themselves with people in the corridors of power are thieves. I mean, I interviewed the FCT minister during one of the media chat, and I came back on radio, and then someone like, Kim, you have changed. 2 seconds after that, you have changed. You don't used to allow us talk before, but you guys used to accuse me of this before. How is it that because I sat in the same space, didn't breathe the same air with him, I have changed? So automatically, we're wired to just believe the worst case scenario.
Yes, there's that.
Which I think is a tad problematic, and we might not be able to approach it properly if we continue to look at it from that perspective.
There's that.
The solution aspect needs to come in where we're real. Where is the thievery happening? Who are the thieves? Am I one of them? Have I stolen before? Am I in the shadows waiting for just a flick of opportunity to steal this country blind if I get into office, either appointed, elected, or just assigned and assigned?
I don't like where you've hung this ball. You have made it unreachable. You have made the ball unreachable. You just took it and placed on our heads. Because let's get back to the beginning. The fact is, there's a politician, there's a public office holder
who is
stealing
right
now as we're talking.
Who is he?
I don't know. He's somewhere. He's stealing. Do you know how big this country is? Do you know how many MDAs we have? Hey, somebody's stealing, Kim.
Well, someone is definitely stealing.
If you go to our borders now, there's one custom officer
that is stealing.
That is allowing Okada people to pass with 20 bags of rice. Somebody is stealing, Kim.
But we have no proof. We just know it.
I know.
Like, it's intuitive. Trust me, I'm in Nigeria. I know this thing. I get that, the Spider-Man tingle. Like every minute you're tingling because someone at this material point in time.
Somebody is stealing right now. Somebody is stealing. NIN, all those that do NIN.
Oh boy, Nigeria.
If you go to FCDA, somebody's stealing there. I want to.
Is someone stealing in this office right now?
No, this is not a public office now.
He go shock you.
Somebody's stealing.
I'm not saying that. I'm just.
Let's name. I'm saying the person.
All right, guys, welcome to the show. Welcome to the Big Three. We're looking at some of the big stories driving conversation in the country. My name is Kimberly. Call me Kim, the Oracle, the Digital Oracle, OTF, the Fellow, Chanyawa, Madam Speaker, Okurora, when I'll say yes to them all. I've got my man Gabriel Spector here.
Yes, radio's finest. That's a double entendre, by the way.
Yep. US visas are non-refundable. Oh boy, why are these people bringing back bad memories? Yes, mission has in Nigeria reiterated to Nigerians that visa application fees remain non-refundable and non-transferable. The statement and addressing concern growing among Nigerian body who cause of applying for visa. In a tweet on its handle, the mission acknowledged the frustration felt by many Nigerians whose applications are denied after paying significant fees. Blasey, blah. It's blasey blah to me because, one, no thanks to my bank, I paid twice. And the visa fee is not a joke.
Is it the Orange Bank?
Yeah, the Orange Bank.
The Orange Bank. It's got to be the Orange Bank.
Right now, the Orange Bank even has a desk. GT Bank has a desk because they are perpetually in the habit of making people pay twice. And it's not small money. As I think I paid, it was like 314,000 per. I think 100.
For visa application.
Yeah. And then he went twice. And I wrote them, I said, it can't happen. Because Donald Trump is around. There's no chance that you might give me this thing. So refund the second one. They're like, oh, they can't refund it. It's gone in already. And as far as they're concerned, they only acknowledge one. The second one, I should go and find it from my bank. That took it twice.
So, did you get it?
What did I get?
That's sad. Did you get the visa?
Did I get it? They ate my 2 months and then looked me in the eye and told me, thank you very much. For trying to get your refund, you're not even getting this visa right now. So I even put myself on a 3-year ban. I will not need the embassy for the next. It's funny now, but it was not funny. I like, so even worth my money twice. Right now, I'm even on self-exile from the embassy. I don't even go around.
And they are neighbors, though.
Yeah, they are not so neighborly. But it was actually the bank's fault, actually. But I just did not. I wanted to go down with a fight.
That thing is a problem.
Yeah.
I was going to apply for renewal of my driver's license, and I paid via the same bank. I didn't even get as little as an email. Your transaction is successful. Mm-hmm. Nothing. The site just crashed. It was so hilarious. The site, after I made the payments, bam, the site crashed. Why is it that the site crashed? So you know what? There are some, you choose your battles. You leave some, you fight some. And this money is gone. So I went to FRS Ikpori at Costain, and I went to now meet an officer that I wanted to renew my license. So she was truthful enough to check the database and discover that the money actually went through. Mm-hmm. The money actually went through. I'm like, so what was difficult in you just telling me that?
No, they can never.
The payment...
It's gone in. I just realized it was a lot for them. I guess their policy is once the money gets into their account, it becomes government cover. So to tell them to do the paperwork and be getting your refund.
To lowly you.
Yeah.
Who are you?
Like who you be. Is this time where we're deporting people massively from our land?
Who do men say you are?
All right, I told them, okay, use my money and improve on your country. Work on your gun regulation and all this.
No, they'll use your money to facilitate deportation of some people.
Because at that time, they even cut down grants. I'm like, my money will not even come back again as grants. But it's all good. You're doing well.
The Trump's return is not big. No, let's go. Let's go
on a break. When we come back, we'll look at the big story. Stay with us.
Audio Jungle.
All right, we're looking at the facts of the matters, looking at some stories driving conversation. Federal government versus Shore at this point in time. The federal government on Tuesday filed a 5-count charge against Omoyele Shore, an activist and former presidential candidate of the African Action Congress, AAC, for calling President Bola Ahmed Tinubu not my words, just quoting what he wrote, a criminal, in a post he shared on social media platform. The federal government, in the charge, entered before the Federal High Court in Abuja through the Director of Public Prosecutions, the Federal Ministry of Justice, Mr. M.V. Abubakar, maintained that Shawara, by the false accusation, committed offenses contrary to and punishable under Section 24, subsection 1B of the Cybercrime Prohibition Prevention Act, Amendment 2024, as well as Section 59 and 375 of the Criminal Code Act. Equally cited as the second and third defendant in the charges were the two social media platforms where the posts were shared: X, former Twitter, Meta, as Facebook. Shaware's contentious post on August 25th came after President Tinubu, while on an official visit in Brazil, claimed that his administration has successfully ended corruption in Nigeria. Now, ached by the post that referenced President Tinubu as a criminal, the DSS wrote the two social media platforms to demand a ban on Shaware's account and for the said vexatious statement to be pulled down. The security agency also wrote a letter to the activist asking him to delete the post from all platforms where it was shared. It appeared the charge the federal government filed on Tuesday followed the refusal of both Shaware and the social media platform to accede to the request by the DSS. And according to the federal government, the purpose of Shaware's post was to cause a breakdown of law and order in the country, especially amongst individuals who held divergent views on President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's personality, and maintained that a defamatory post was intended to tarnish the personality and reputation of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So, that's where we are at the moment. And I've seen quite a lot of people like Barrister Adeojo, you post and like, oh, the government cannot do this, but Shaware, I doubt this is the first time, and pretty much if it's going to be the last time, he's going to use certain, very colorful words to describe the president.
You said the last time?
It might not be the last time.
Oh,
it's not the first time. I remember the first time I've had to cut somebody on air on a live show.
Yeah.
was when I had Shore as guest. And then the guy kept going and like, guy, I beg you, we God. These things are unfounded at that point in time. But he's someone that, you don't know what to expect with him.
Yeah.
But you know what to expect with him.
Yeah.
It's very typical in his fashion. And he's been very critical. And not just President Tinubu. He had so much to say about his predecessor, also the late former president, as to how he felt about him. And I'm surprised that the DSS is taking this one seriously because, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu had gone through the whole allegation of drug peddling to whether he went to Chicago University or not before campaign and all of that, to surviving it and emerging president today. So this one is particularly interesting that they would want to take this one up. However, because maybe he left it on that point, is a criminal and maybe not able to substantiate it, or riding on the other damning allegations that were made about the president before, to saying, we're taking you to court. But it's a good thing that at least they're exploring, using legal means to addressing it. Shore has been one person who's been picked up on several occasions.
Yeah.
I feel like at some point he misses his bunk, wherever they incarcerate him or detain him for a while. And he can't wait to go back, so he does something new, either in the face of a protest or just something. But on one hand, you say he does have the right and liberty. But on the other hand, if you make certain allegations, I hope you can substantiate it, though. So it's Shaware. I feel like it's not even news to having Shaware in hot water at any point in time in the country, because he's been in and out of detention and held and court. The minute he comes out of one, he opens a new frontier to just be controversial.
Yeah, yes. I don't think it is exactly... I have his number. and I'm sure that you do too. So it's he's pretty accessible. We could have reached out to him to give his 2 cents on the conversation, but like you said, it's probably not an area you know.
It could be recorded.
It could be. So maybe we can work on that. However, I believe that what is good for the goose is good for the gander. If we say that our public office holders are not the best of people in terms of communication and how they communicate, they don't have issue-based conversation. Rather, they go on name-calling, personality attacking, vendetta, and all of it. Even if you are on the opposition, and in quotes, you're fighting for the people, the same moral ethics apply to you as well. Now, the president is the president, is one man sitting in an office. The office is bigger than the man. After the man is done with 4 years or maybe 8 years, he's going to be gone. Somebody else will get there. So he's still a man after all. And you can't go about calling people criminal. It's a personal space. The same freedom that you have to call someone a criminal is the same freedom the person has to say, you know what, I disagree with you, and I'm not pleased you called me that in the public space. I want to take it up against you. So I do not think there's anything wrong in the government on behalf of the president suing him to court. They've given him several warnings. Take down this post. Take down this post. He refused. I think I saw about 2 different warnings. The challenge I have...
So perhaps maybe he has something to prove in court. If they get there, you called him a criminal.
If you have something to prove in court, file a suit. Make the president the accused. File a suit, go to the court. He's also he's very familiar with the courts they're in. He has been there several times. Himself and Adingoju. So it's not new to him. Go to the court. So we need to call these things out for what they really are. Where I have a challenge, is it in the place of the DSS to begin to do the work of the Attorney General, the work of the AGF? That's where I have a challenge. What are the core functions of the DSS? Why is it the DSS that is taking up this fight? Where is the AGF?
So you think the police should have been the one to instigate it?
I don't know.
I mean, the DSS waded into the conflict between Dangote Refinery and those who said they were going to go. Where is their place in it if you're looking at the technicality of it? When it comes to national security, if they find a place where there perhaps will be a compromise on our national security, they can come in. We can't box the DSS and say this is one specific area. But the thing is this a threat on the national level or about the reputation of the man of the president? Worse things have been said about Donald Trump. Do we have people picked up? But this is not America once again. We are Nigerians and we know how we do it. So, yeah, I've heard a lot of people question why the DSS, is it why the DSS specifically or why at all anyone should be the front line of saying, take this one down because we are the Department of State Security?
Hot take, this is politically motivated. Many people call
even as a not hot take. It is what it is. Laced in politics, we're talking about the president of the country.
Because many people call the president several unpredictable names on social. In fact, I remember a popular post where the president said that he has gotten off social media
because
they insult the hell out of him. That's what he said. So they could have picked up any other random person, but because it is Showore.
No. They picked up a random person who also made damning allegation about the wife of the former president, didn't they? From his campus.
Yeah.
They've picked up a lawyer that I'm aware of who said something also about someone in government. I'm just saying anyone can be picked up, big or small fry. Depends on how much mileage your insults get.
Oh, okay. That's a factor. That's a factor. See, I'm not in support of Showore calling somebody a criminal. You can make... That's what we preach here too. You can make those criticisms constructive, and deter from name calling.
I honestly think we've used the strategy of insult for a little too long that is not effective.
Honestly,
but it hasn't changed anything.
It doesn't.
Electricity has not improved. Nothing in terms of human capital has improved. Yes, we're getting a few more roads, but hey, resident doctors are on strike. So if you're doing insult as strategy, it's not a very effective one. I feel like we need to get to the point where it needs to be a bit more intellectual. And that's why, every now and again you hear people say, oh, should we do more of, place of advocacy to saying this? But Nigeria might not be that gentleman approach. But you see that insults will haul on social media all the time. I remember a number of occasions when Nigerian food started. At one point, I built up a defense. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you're a woman, you can't discuss politics. The early days of Nigeria info. At one point, you go back home and be like, you know what? Water off the duck's back. You start to desensitize yourself from it, that it means absolutely nothing. And then you move past it. So I feel like there are people who are even in the corridors of power. They know that you will insult them. That's all you've got. Bring it on. And then they have paid minions who can take you on social media or whatever space you're putting it on, one-on-one, and then they go to bed happy. So I feel personally that, a lot of people have devised this whole, you go on social media, you use Ogun, you use this one, that one, that one. It's not effective. We need to change strategy big time and do something and engage on a very informed, know what you're talking about and engage on that level. And then if it doesn't work, then you find other productive approach. If you use one approach, it doesn't work, change it. That's all I'm saying. I think we insult too much on social media.
We do.
At this point, it just doesn't show any level of
intelligence. You see someone makes a very simple post. People are hungry. The very next thing you see on the comment section. Insult. I'm like, what is going on? Is it that what the guy said, is he wrong? Do you find it offensive? What is the problem?
It's difficult for people. I think that's why with Charlie Kirk, I felt it. Someone like, why are people money for Charlie Kirk? Shush. Cry over whatever you want to cry over. But I thought he was a brilliant man who, albeit controversial, he'll come up. I don't quite agree with some of his argument too. But I always listen because, who be this guy? Very deep, very intelligent, and I think it's frustrating because he's so intelligent on the ground of his argument, and you're trying to counter-argue, and then you're not good at it, and then you're frustrated. It's the frustration that people just feel like, if I can't argue on the intellectual level with him, I might as well wish him the worst, and then someone will decide to carry the act out. But we need to get to the point where argument is not just insults and curses. It needs to be
name calling.
Honest to God.
Because we're going to see lots of it in the next coming months. Yeah, we're getting ready for the area council elections in Abuja here. A number of off-season elections in some states are coming up, and then the general election. So, where's the NOA, by the way?
All right, they're where they are at the moment. Marisol Austin is watching us on Facebook. Godwin Francis is on Facebook. Chiemeka Edwin, we see you on Facebook. Yes, we're on Facebook and YouTube at Nigeria Info Abuja. You can send us a message on X at Nigeria Info ABJ. What's our next story, quickly?
All right. This one borders on security, and where the part that catches the eye is talks in Zamfara state. So according to this report, bandits in the early hours of yesterday attacked a mosque at Gidontube village in Zamfara local government area of Zamfara state, abducting no fewer than 40 worshippers. The attack came barely hours after a similar one at Godai village in Bokim local government area of the state, kidnapping over 10 persons. So this guy is literally out on a rampage. Troops of Operation Fasangama reportedly conducted several operations across the Northwest Theater for foiling terrorist attacks and recovering exhibits in Katsina, Kebbi, and Zamfara State. Similarly, gunmen during the weekend kidnapped the parish priest of St. Paul's Catholic Church, Reverend Father Wilfred Ezemba, and some yet to be identified commuters along Emmanuel Ogogo Road in Kogi State. And several other reports, according to this particular story. The attack, according to critical stakeholders, signaled collapse of the peace deal both Katsina and Zamfara State had with the bandits terrorizing the Northwest region. Recall that community leaders and bandits in Kodofi local government area of Katsina State on August 28 signed a peace agreement. The pact, according to all the attendees, marked a significant step towards ending years of violence, kidnapping, and cattle rustling in the Northwest and, by extension, Northern region. The agreement, brokered by the Maradin Katsina and district head of Kurufi Alhaji Mansur Amadu Kurufi and the local government chairman took place at Woma Forest, a hotspot for insecurity. So the attack pointed at the fragility of ongoing peace arrangements in the region, where heavily armed groups continue to operate with impunity despite dialogue initiatives. In a separate incident late over the weekend, bandits reportedly abducted 12 people from Godai village in Bukuyum local government area. Here we are again with insecurity in the northwest region. And the sigh from you, Kim, just now.
You know, it's always, very depressing when every now and again this stories just hit you. 1 minute you want to pretend there is some peace and quiet, you want to focus on something else, and then it comes to the magnitude that you can't delude yourself as to how bad it is. I recall, I think it was in August, where we had some northern leaders and members of the opposition from the ADC calling on the president to declare a state of emergency in Katsina and Zamfara state, saying, this is not where we play pretend. This is not time for rhetorics. People are dying. Communities are getting devastated. It makes us look like a dangerous country.
Yeah.
So beyond the politics of things, declare a state of emergency. And even at that point, I was like, okay, what do you mean state of emergency? Because we're in a country where if you decide to, say, maybe interrupt the democratic setting of things and bring the military full on, there's definitely going to be reservation. I remember there was so much outcry when Jonathan wanted to try the state of emergency, and they had to reshape it in the sense that, all right, so this institution is still there. However, this is how the military will intervene and come in here in Borno, Yobe, and Adamawa State in the height of Boko Haram insurgency. When the president called for a state of emergency in Rivers State, which was more of a political issue, and yes, you would say someone tried to put something that looks like an explosive, but there was no explosion, literally, going on in that place. We're not seeing a breakdown of law and order and people's lives threatened daily in the state, even though the tendency were there if you were not managed properly. But then on the other flank of the country, you're getting people being killed on a daily. You're getting communities devastated. You're getting people displaced on so much level that you're even afraid of going here and be thinking, are people still there? Farmers can't go to their farm. And it just feels like we want to use the same approach. Yes, he had several meetings with the security chiefs, but I wonder, people even started saying, change the security chiefs. I said, we did that. We called for that during Buhari's administration. The security chiefs were getting very fat. Some of them, their bellies were becoming robust. And we're thinking, aren't you a little too healthy looking for the kind of situation we're in at the moment? They changed them. I remember the former chief of army staff doing press up in Borno State, and people felt like, he's got the ginger and all of that, to boost the morale of the soldiers. Then after a while, it just, it faded. So calling for a change of security chiefs, I don't know, it's a call. People are desperate. They will make several calls. But it is time, honest to God, that we did something different. And the president has said it's inevitable. We have to call for state police. Like, swing into action already. Let's see what's happening. Let's see what you're doing different from what President Buhari did or Jonathan. Let's see how effective it is in record time. Because I think it's very troubling for us to be talking about Lagos, Calabar, putting some promo. This is what we're doing, infrastructure. We're doing all of this. And we're not thinking about the human lives. We talked about it for education. We talked about it for health. The human lives depleting in some regions of this country is alarmingly high. It's unacceptable. So, but then it comes back to, what do we mean by a state of emergency? Are we saying the military should take over these states? Are we saying cordon off certain areas? We've heard Dr. Majid say for Boko Haram, I think that's where he applied this particular one. Know the problem spot, cordon it off, tell people to evacuate, and do mass bombing of these areas. I've heard people share that point of view. Is that what we're calling for? Because this can't go on, honest to God. I don't know how long. If it continues to fester, it continues to spread. These terrorists will have their strong... It's a fact that our military are neutralizing a lot of them. Every now and again, they do their press briefing, and they will tell you, top 9 top commanders have been neutralized. These commanders are faceless. except for the few that they put their faces. Turji is one of those who they find very impossible to find, but they've killed all of his second, third, fourth tier commanders, but they've not been able to get to him. And as long as he's there and all the networks they have, they will continue to perpetrate, this horror in this community.
So I have not been able to string my thoughts together. I have them in bits and pieces, but I'll just share them as I have them in my head. Number one, the unrest in the northwestern part of the country, Zamfara, Katsina, and environs, began the moment the former president finished his tenure. There was a reasonable amount of
not really.
No, you wouldn't hear as much.
It's been going on. I think it was even during President Buhari's administration that the dynamics of insecurity changed.
Not as much as this.
Oh yeah, it was bad. I promise you.
It was not. Maybe it was underreported. Because it would have looked bad on the president. Not as much as this. Either it was going on.
You don't forget what was happening in Kaduna. Southern Kaduna people could hardly see.
No, I'm talking about that region, Katsina, Sokoto.
It was bad.
Maybe it was underreported. Not as bad as this. Either it was underreported, or because it would look bad on the president that in his backyard things are going on.
It looked bad on him, and we were talking about it. It was bad.
Well, okay. Maybe
it's just getting progressively worse. It was terrible under Buhari. What was happening in his country home, and do you know the number of abduction that happened under President Buhari?
Again, maybe
from school.
Maybe I wasn't following the news as much.
You were in a music station at that point in time.
You just had to take it. All right, so that is one.
Okay.
Two is the fact that I wonder where the K's get their figures from during election, because the northern region is still the most heavily hit region when it comes to insecurity. So I wonder where the K's get the numbers from. Kebbi, Katsina, Kaduna, Kano. When you look at stories like this, that's on one hand. Secondly, we have gone back and forth on dealing or arriving at peace deals with insurgents. Call them whatever name, Boko Haram, cattle rustlers, bandits, unknown gunmen. They have a face. That is established. To what point do we call it too much that government, Umar Diko, and his Zamfara state counterpart, will they say, and maybe even Borno State, will they say that enough is enough? Because it's just like US and Nigeria. You keep arriving at peace pacts with these guys, they keep giving you the middle finger. So at what point are they going to get fed up? We talk about, you spoke about the fact that the defense headquarters would put out the news, we're able to cover the XYZ region, we're able to make XYZ number of arrests, some insurgents pulled down their weapons and surrendered. We barely see any sort of prosecution. Maybe they're happening, but we don't see them. At least the way you people tell us that you guys have been able to ransack a particular area and recover that area from terrorists, you don't tell us when you have prosecuted. We don't see their faces.
All right, Gabriel. I mean, like you said, bit and piece of your thoughts, and I can understand where these are very valid ones. People have interrogated in terms of the level of conversation we've had. I think they've tried everything in the book. It's trying to get a different book. The old book is exhaustive as to let's negotiate with them. Disarmament project. Let's give them small money. Let's do this one. It's not working. So we need to do something.
What work in Niger Delta cannot work in the northern region.
Well, the motives are different. So the strategy of resolving them.
What works in Niger Delta can never work in the northern region.
Amnesty?
There are two different things. Two different issues. There, oil happened there. I still saw a report on Ken Saruwiwa as at this morning.
Leave Ken Saruwiwa. Let's hear from this caller because I don't know. Time went by really fast. 0700 951 0000 or 0809 5974 869, or you can just call via WhatsApp.
Hello.
Hello, Gabriel Spector.
Yes, welcome.
and the Oracle.
You're welcome.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Honestly, I say I won't talk with, starting with the first story, but you guys touch where it pains me much, more especially the aspect of insecurity. Now we are talking of they have peace talk with bandits, and later on there was disagreement, and look at what happens. I don't really know this all peace talk with the people that carry arms against it. And the funny thing is that you hardly see where government, go to the victims and to see, to sympathize with them and to build up their houses to see that these people go back to their ancestral land. No, they only have meeting with the criminal, the people that carry arms against the state. Do you think this insecurity will stop? We are urging the DSS to use their intelligence now to get this criminal wherever they are. Since the governor has peace deal with them, they know them. I remember the former Masari, they were having meeting with all these criminals with their guns and everything. And they are talking of peace deal, and there wasn't any security. I remember even when Buhari was in Kasina, the time they kidnapped school children. Even when Buhari was in Kasina, then the school boys of Kankara, I remember. So this insecurity, I think something needs to be done. If some people are making blood money out of this insecurity, and this must be stopped. I remember Dawda saying he know where they are. If they give him order in no less than 2 months, the insecurity will stop from Zamfara. But he said he's powerless. He's just a security chief of the state, but he can't command the commissioner of the police of the state.
All right,
so something needs to be done about this insecurity because anyone can be victim. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate. Let's hear another take.
Hello.
Good afternoon, Kim. Good afternoon, the big one.
It's Gabriel.
Respecter. Thank you. My name is Gwaza Max.
Go ahead, Gwaza.
Yeah, honestly, talking about insecurity, it's really, really annoying that all the parts of the states are vested in a particular individual who happens to be the president, and then he seems to be lethargical about security of lives and property of this country. But when we are talking about insecurity, all these people, they say they are going to rehabilitate them. They are repentant bandits. They are repentant Boko Haram members. To me, that system is not being fair to the nation. So you can't fix a broken bottle. Once a bottle is broken, it's broken. Now, let me tell us that, you see, why Israelites who left Egypt could not see the promised land, could not get into the promised land, was because of the knowledge they had in Egypt. If they were allowed to go into the promised land, that land would never have been the same. So they had to go. In the course of 40 years, many of them, all the elderly ones, have to go. They have to die and leave the new generation. I think we have got to that point in this country that we say whoever has knowledge of insurgency, that person must go. That is it. That's the way for.
All right.
That is in one side. And also further, we also have to look at
we need to go for commercial.
Okay, ma.
Thank you very much, Gwaza Max. Let's go on quick commercial. 30 seconds. We'll be back to hear from you. Stay with us.
people you are leading. So it's not that they will understand. And for our guy that called the other one, my brother, no, in our work, I mean, is open.
All right, thank you very much.
You'll be dodging bone. Thank you very much.
Let's hear you quickly.
Hello, Kimberly, what you do?
Yes, boss.
Hello. Good afternoon.
Welcome.
Questions on the line.
Go ahead.
Thank you.
Oops. What happened? The network, I guess, happened.
Hello? Hello?
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My name is Adolf Victor from Busalaji.
Welcome.
You see, when these criminals, or by the time these criminals now bring this war to the doorstep of some of our leaders, especially some of these people who negotiate with criminals, in fact, they will know the right thing to do. But for now, they will not do the right because they are not affected. You see, I feel pain when I saw leaders negotiating with criminals. You negotiate, they go, you settle them, and other groups will come up again. It is very sad looking at your people being slaughtered by this rampant bloody criminal. And you are joining and celebrating them. In fact, I watched the video where the next is sad. It's a big embarrassment of part of this government. Go after the front of the people, go after these people, wipe them up from the subject. As Israel now is dealing with Hamas leaders. This is the only way to okay.
All right.
If we continue to negotiate with them, there's no way for us.
All right. Well, we do have report that troops killed 8 ISWAP terrorists and recovered 40 motorcycles. That's in the Borno flank of it. You don't know how to feel about this, because we're looking also at a report about a community invaded and the number of people who were removed from their worship place. I mean, how is it still happening? How is it still happening? Dorcas is here for the news at the top of the hour. Let's join her, and then we'll be talking with resident doctors on the indefinite strike. We'll read as many of your comments as possible afterwards. Stay with us.
This is Nigeria.